Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the fifth programme in this series of challenging times. Last week we saw University College Dublin get through to the quarter-finals, which means that there are 4 places left in the quarter-finals, and one of the 2 teams, inevitably, with us this evening will go through to those quarter-finals. The first of the teams we meet this evening is University College Cork, and the UCC team members are...
Paul Beecher from Ballyhooly, County Cork, studying electrical engineering.
Martin O'Connell from Cork Blarney, County Cork, studying materials chemistry.
Neil Tomley from Hollyhill in Cork City, studying for a higher diploma in education.
Their opponents this evening come from the capital. They are St Patrick's College Drumcondra, and the St Pat's team members are...
Pat Leonard from Brooklawn, Tuam, County Galway, studying English and history.
Emmett Vaughan from Ballylicky, Bantry, County Cork, studying Irish and history.
Anne-Marie Byrne from Dublin 7, studying for a BA in Humanities.
I hope you feasted your eyes on the last of the students who introduced herself there, because Anne-Marie is the only woman competitor in Challenging Times this year, a single-soul, solitary female. Not our choosing, it's the way it's worked out. We'd love to see more women in Challenging Times. It just doesn't happen that way. But bear it in mind, we'd love to see more women. It hasn't happened. Okay, fingers on buzzers, 5 men, 1 woman. Your opener for 5 in poker. What hand comes between a pair and a 3 of a kind in value?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
A straight.
No. You get this, St Patrick's, and don't confer. Pat?
A royal flush.
No, 2 pair. Commendably virtuous 2 teams here. Fingers on buzzers. In what series of films is Jason Voorhees the killer villain?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, Paul, is the correct answer. Here are team questions. How many punts are there in €1 correct to 2 places of decimals?
0.787564 of a pound.
Say it again.
0.787564 of a pound.
What's the one after the 4?
2.
2. You don't know. I only asked for 2 and you gave me 5. 6. It's astonishing. Absolutely correct. You get your 5 points for that. For admirable answer. On what date will euro coins and currency be put in circulation?
1st of January 2002.
That is the correct answer. And what will be the largest denomination euro note?
€500.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Fingers on buzzers. This town in Ireland is the capital of the county to which it gives its name. It is the cathedral town...
Pat Leonard, St Patrick's.
Wexford.
You were chancing your arm there, I'm afraid, and you were unsuccessful. 5-point penalty, I'm afraid. UCC, you get the rest of this question. The cathedral town of the Catholic Diocese of Clogher. It is about 15 miles from Castleblaney. What town are we talking about, and don't confer? Martin.
Monaghan.
Monaghan is the correct answer. That gives you these 3 team questions. What part of the US Constitution guarantees freedom of speech?
The 5th Amendment.
No, this is the First Amendment. What is forbidden by the first of the 10 Commandments given to Moses?
Thou shalt not take false gods before me. And the Lord your God shall not take false gods before me.
Yeah, that's correct. Worship strange gods. We're not going to give you the opportunity to go through all 10. You clearly could. What in Scotland is the first foot? You don't know? No, it's the first visitor in a house after midnight on New Year's Eve. Fingers on buzzers. This word, which literally means of whom in Latin, is used for the minimum number of people who must be present at a...
Niall Tomley, UCC.
A quorum.
Quorum is the correct answer. Neil, here are your team questions. In what city is the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical The Beautiful Game set?
Belfast.
Belfast is correct. What sport is featured in The Beautiful Game?
Football Association.
Yes, associated football, also known as soccer. And who wrote the book and lyrics for the musical?
Ben Elton.
Ben Elton is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. You're only for 5. In America, this word is sometimes used for a headscarf folded diagonally and tied under the chin. In Russia, it is a name for an old woman or for a grandmother. What is the...
Martin O'Connell, UCC.
Babushka.
Babushka gets you 5 points, so score, and gives you these 3 team questions. In what collection of stories did Aladdin and Sinbad the Sailor first appear?
1001 Tales.
1001 Nights. I'm going to give it to you because it's your Arabian Nights Entertainment. And each night had a different tale, so you get away with that one. Who narrates the 1001 stories, 1001 Nights stories?
Scheherazade.
No, Scheherazade. You knew it, but you didn't.
Couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah. Well, what did you think the first initial was?
G or something.
No, yeah, so I can't allow it. You're being honest. I'd love to give you 5 points for honesty, but I can't. Scheherazade is the correct answer. You didn't get it. And why does she tell these stories?
To prolong the death or the execution of herself.
Well, not to prolong it, but I think you mean delay, don't you? Because no one's been
Postpone it.
strangled.
Postpone
Yes.
it.
Yes, no one's been strangled while she tells the stories.
postpone
Okay, fingers on buzzers. The 10-mile Oresund road and rail link was completed in the summer of 2000. Can you name either of the two countries which...
Neil Twomley, UCC.
Sweden.
Yes, and the other one was?
Denmark.
Denmark. Well done. Gets you these 3 team questions, and confer if you want, but not for too long. What is the real name of the former rapper called Marky Mark?
Mark Wahlberg.
That is correct, Mark Wahlberg. What rapper popular in the early 90s was born Robert Van Winkle?
Vanilla Ice.
Rip Van Winkle. And who is the former publicist for Vanilla Ice who co-founded the label Death Row Records?
Ice-T.
No, Marion Suge Knight. Fingers on buzzers. What knot is the granny knot a failed attempt at?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
A sheep band.
Not the correct answer. You get a St. Patrick's, don't confer. Oh, Emmett, don't even look as you're very confused. You know there's a place in hell for people to confer.
Okay.
Anne-Marie.
A reef knot.
That's the correct answer. Here, team questions. In what field did the Fay brothers William and Frank achieve fame? They were born in Dublin in the 19th century.
Theatre.
That's the correct answer, theatre. I think that answer came from Anne-Marie. The Allgood sisters were both Dublin actresses, Dublin-born actresses. Molly played the leading role in a play written by her fiancé. Who was he?
John Milton Synge.
John Millington Synge is the correct answer. And which of his relations did the artist James Whistler paint in a picture originally known as an arrangement in grey and black?
His
His
mother.
mother.
Mum, indeed, exactly that, the Ma. Fingers on buzzers. What is the name of the circuit on which the 2000 Japanese Grand
Pat Leonard, St. Patrick's.
Suzuka.
Suzuka's well answered, Pat. That interruption gives you these 3 team questions. What actresses played the 3 scorned spouses in the 1996 film The First Wives Club?
Diane Keaton.
Yes.
Meg Ryan.
No.
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn is the other one. Bette Midler is the one you didn't get. Fingers on buzzers. What name was given to the style involving long, full skirts and a natural shoulder line introduced by Christian Dior?
Emmett Vaughan, St. Patrick's.
The New Look.
The New York is well answered. Quite the sartorial gentleman, aren't we? Here are your team questions, and of course you may confer. Which of the Bronte sisters wrote under the pen name Curra Bell?
Anne.
No, it is Charlotte Bronte. What was Charlotte Bronte's brother's name?
Branwell.
Branwell is the correct answer. And which of the Brontes wrote Wuthering Heights?
Emily.
Emily is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. This island contains the Carinian Mountains and the Troodos Mountains. It is a popular tourist destination and its capital.
Pat Leonard, St. Patrick's.
Ibiza.
5-point penalty, you get this UCC, don't confer. Is Nicosia?
Cyprus.
Correct answer. Paul, team questions coming up. What was the former name of the country Myanmar?
Burma.
Burma is correct. What is the Afro-Cuban dance in duple time that was introduced into Europe in the 1930s?
Salsa.
No, the rumba. And what in astronomy is the name for the shadow cast on the Earth by the moon during an eclipse of the sun?
Umbra. Sorry.
Umbra is the correct answer. We are 1/3 of the way through this programme. Let's do a check on the scores. They stand at University College Cork 100 points, St. Patrick's College Drumcondra 50 points. The 2 teams are going to be shown a picture. Fingers on buzzers, speed of reaction is everything here. What motor company uses this?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
Toyota.
Toyota is the correct answer, Paul. Very swift indeed. You've got 3 team questions here. You'll see the pictures of various abstract designs that appear on car badges. I want to know what manufacturer uses them. Where does this appear?
Opel.
That's Opel is the correct. Where does this appear?
BMW.
Yes, BMW. And finally, this
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi. Maximum points on the car symbols. Fingers on buzzers. You're open for 5. According to legend, who had to sit at a banquet with a sword hanging over his head by...
Martin O'Connell, UCC.
Democles.
That's the correct answer. That gives you these 3 team questions. What is a split, salted and smoked herring called?
Kipper.
Kipper is correct. What type of fish is salted to make the Portuguese speciality bacalhau?
Haddock.
No, it is cod. And what Indian salted fish is named after a city and a bird?
Madras.
Bombay,
Bombay
duck.
duck.
Bombay duck. Fingers on buzzers. Where does the ferry that sets out from Kalaima in Clare terminating?
Martin O'Connell, UCC.
Tarbert.
Tarbert is the correct answer. Here are your team questions. Who directed the 2 Terminator films?
James Cameron.
That's correct. In what Italian city were Stradivarius and Guarnieri?
Cremona.
Cremona is correct. And to what European group of languages do French, Italian, Spanish and Romanian belong?
Romance.
Romance is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. Which opera is based on the legend of a man condemned to sail the seas for...
Emmett Vaughan, St. Patrick's.
Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman is the correct answer. Little bit swifter when you interrupt me, Emmett. A little bit swifter. Here are your team questions. Confer, of course, if you wish. What is the capital of Afghanistan?
Kabul.
Kabul is the correct answer. What does the term bucolic mean?
Rural country.
Yes, that's correct. And what does a ruby wedding anniversary celebrate?
40.
40. Well done, Anne-Marie. Well done. Fingers on buzzers. After what event, a very minor event, would the exclamation Gesundheit be used? It translates...
Neil Twomley, UCC.
After sneezing.
After sneezing is the correct answer. Here are your team questions. To which group of islands does Ibiza belong?
Balearic.
So Balearic is correct. Ballarat was the site of a great gold find in the 1850s. In what country is Ballarat?
America.
No, Australia. And what is the capital of Tasmania?
Hobart.
Hobart's the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. What is the 14th letter of the English?
Paul Vitry, UCC.
N.
N is the correct answer. A useful piece of knowledge to have in the back of your mind. Here are your team questions. What was the name of the first James Bond film to star Sean Connery?
Dr. No.
Dr. No. What was the name of the first James Bond novel?
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale. And in what James Bond film did Sean Bean play 006?
GoldenEye.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Fleming made a few quid out of UCC, I'd say, in his time. Fingers on buzzers. On what day in 1944 did Operation Overlord?
Pat Leonard, St. Patrick's.
June the 6th.
June the 6th is the correct answer. Here are team questions. What English soccer team have a home in Filbert Street?
Leicester City.
Leicester City, correct. Who became manager of Leicester in June 2000?
Peter Taylor.
Peter Taylor, correct. And what animal appears on the Leicester City badge and gives the club their nickname?
The Fox.
The fox is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers, you're in for 5. What film actor is the bass player with the band Dogs?
Pat Leonard, St. Patrick's.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is well interrupted. Pat of St. Pat's. Here are your team questions. Malev was set up as the national airline of which European country?
Hungary.
Hungary is the correct answer. LOT is the airline of which country?
Poland.
Poland is correct. And name the unfailingly optimistic character created by Eleanor Porter who has given her name to constant and sometimes naive optimists.
Pollyanna.
Correct. Well done. Fingers on buzzers. What name, which comes from Sanskrit meaning prayer or worship, is given to a Hindu who belongs to the highest of the...
Emmett Vaughan, St. Patrick's.
Brahma.
Brahman is correctly interrupted. Emmett, team questions follow. What did Bo Derek score in the 1979 film in which she starred with Dudley Moore?
10.
10 is right. How many people did Danny Ocean assemble to rob Las Vegas casinos?
20.
No, 11. And how many steps are there in the Alcoholics Anonymous recovery program?
12.
12, 10, 11, 12 with the sequence there. Fingers on buzzers. What propulsive device has a shaft, neck, spoon and blade?
Martin O'Connell, UCC.
Helicopter.
Not the correct answer. You get us some pats and don't confer. Pat.
Rotor.
No, it's an oar. Rather simpler than helicopter or rotor. Fingers on buzzers. What is the name of the building in Paris designed by Renzo Piano and Richard Rogers, which is nicknamed the Bobo?
Neil Twomley, UCC.
The Georges Pompidou Centre.
The Pompidou Centre is the correct answer. Here are your team questions. Who wrote Sushi for Beginners and Last Chance Saloon?
Danielle Steele.
Marianne Keyes. Who's written more than 20 Discworld novels, including The Fifth Elephant?
Terry Pratchett.
That's correct. And Is It Me is the title of which broadcaster's recent autobiography?
Terry Wogan.
Terry Wogan is the correct answer. We are now 2/3 of the way through this programme of Challenging Times, and the score stands at University College Cork 200 points, St Patrick's College Drumcondra 125 points. That's a difference of 75 points, as you will have worked out, and 75 points is easily made up in Challenging Times, as we have discovered in the past. We come now to our music question. Fingers on buzzers. Question is simple. What Coen Brothers film is this from?
Emmett Vaughan, St Patrick's.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
That's right, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is the correct answer. That brings you to these three team questions. The three pieces you'll hear are dialogue spoken in various films. What film is this from?
Lads do football or boxing or wrestling, not friggin' bally.
What, lads do wrestling?
You're asking for a hiding, son.
No, I'm not.
Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot is the correct answer. What film is this from?
Once more, unto the beach, dear friends, once more, nor close the water with our English dead.
Henry V.
Henry V, Laurence Olivier. And what film is this from?
Those are skin tight. How do you get into those pants, baby?
You can start by buying me a drink.
Austin Powers. The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Say it again, please.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
The full title?
Austin Powers.
Go on.
The Spy Who Shagged
Thank
Me.
you very much.
All right.
Fingers on buzzers, opener for 5. According to the title of Susie Orbach's 1978 book, what is a feminist issue?
Anne-Marie Byrne, St Patrick's.
Fat.
Fat is the correct answer. Anne-Marie, here are your team questions. What day of the week is called after the Norse god of thunder?
Thursday.
Yes, right. On what day is there a symbolic washing of feet in Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches?
Holy Thursday.
That's the correct answer. And what is the administrative capital of the Torres Straits Islands?
Smith something.
No, Thursday Island. That was the Thursday question. Fingers on buzzers. Who did St Anne's beat to win the 2000 Wexford Club hurling final?
Martin O'Connell, UCC.
Olaf de Bella.
Well done indeed. That gives you these team questions. In the metric system, what does the abbreviation HA stand for?
Hectare.
Hectare is correct. And how many grams in a hectogram?
1 million.
No, it's 100 grams. And can you name the Trojan hero in Homer's Iliad who gave his name to bullying, intimidating, or threatening?
Hector.
Hector is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. What is the comedian Jerry Seinfeld's first name short for? Fingers on buzzers.
Pat Leonard, St Patrick's.
Jeremy.
Not the correct answer. You get this, Paul?
Jeremiah.
No, it is Jerome. You needed to get it absolutely spot on. Of which European country was Crown Prince Haakon the future?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
Norway.
Norway is the correct answer. Here are your team questions. You may, of course, confer. Can you complete the title of the book by Robert Erskine Childers, which appeared in 1903? The Riddle of the
Sands.
That's correct. Can you complete the title of Sean O'Casey's play, which was originally rejected by the Abbey, The Silver?
Tassie.
Tassie is correct. And can you complete the title of Oscar Wilde's comedy, Lady Windermere's? Fan is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. You're opening for 5. No person should be compelled in a criminal case to be a witness against himself.
Pat Leonard, St Patrick's.
The Fifth Amendment.
Fifth Amendment is correctly interrupted. Pat, well done. Very sharp indeed. Your team questions. What novel by James Joyce begins once upon a time, and a very good time it was?
A Portrait of the Artist, the Young Man.
Portrait of the Artist, Young Man is correct. Which of Joyce's novels begins with the word river run?
Finnegan's Wake.
Finnegan's Wake is right. And finally, where to the north of Dublin does the commodious vicus of recirculation in Finnegan's Wake bring us back to?
Howth Castle.
Howth Castle. You haven't read Finnegan's Wake, have you? No. You scared me for a moment there. Fingers on buzzers. What do you call the process named after its 19th century inventor in which pig iron is converted?
Emmett Vaughan, St Patrick's.
Bessemer process gives you these three team questions. Who in Irish mythology was the equivalent of Neptune, the Roman sea god?
Manannán MacLear.
That's the correct answer. What Irish mythological god known as Lavada of the long arm had a festival in August?
Lunasa.
Well, Lou is what I'll accept, and the festival's named after him. And what mythological hero killed Ferdia?
Cuchulainn.
Cuchulainn, that's right. Fingers on buzzers. Can you name the Cynic philosopher who was born in the 5th century?
Emmett Vaughan, St. Patrick's.
Zeno.
No, 5-point penalty, you get this UCC. Born in the 5th century BC and who had found himself a permanent residence in a tub. Martin.
Aristotle.
No, Diogenes. Fingers on buzzers. Strong gongs groaning as the guns boom far. Don John of Austria is going to the war. What is the title of the poem from which these lines are taken? It was written by G.K. Chesterton and takes its title from a battle. What's it called? What?
Paul Beecher, UCC.
Austerlitz.
No, you may have this at Pat's. Quickly, we'll move on. Don't even look as if you're conferring Amory. Pat.
Stalingrad.
No, Lepanto. Opening question. Fingers on buzzer. The Last September is the title of a film starring...
Emmett Vaughan, St. Patrick's.
Elizabeth Bowen.
Oh, that's a very good answer. Very good answer. It could have gone any way, and it went in the way you needed it to go. Who wrote the words of the national anthem?
Paddy Carney.
Paddy Carney's right. Can you finish the first line of the battle hymn of the Republic? It goes, "Mine eyes have seen the glory."
Of the coming of the Lord.
That is the correct answer. And which Irish writer who was born in the 17th century wrote The Battle of the Books and A Tale of a Tub?
Jonathan Swift.
Jonathan Swift is the correct answer. Can you name the cargo ship built in Quebec in 1847 for a Tralee shipping family? It was later converted to carry passengers from Ireland to the United States and Canada. It sank in 1858. A replica of this wooden...
Pat Leonard, St. Patrick's.
P. Asgard.
5-point penalty. You get this question, UCC, and don't confirm. A replica of this wooden sailing vessel was built in Ireland and launched by the President, Mrs. McAleese. What is the name of the ship? Neil.
The Jeannie Johnston.
The Jeannie Johnston gives you these 3-team questions. What song with words by Robert Burns is traditionally sung at New Year?
All in fine.
Wasn't the most testing of questions, was it? What song by Boys to Men was #1 hit in 1992?
No.
I swear.
You give me an answer. End of the road. And what Doors song played over the credits of the film Apocalypse Now?
This is the end, or the end.
The end is the correct answer. Fingers on buzzers. Which of the 7 signatories of the Proclamation of the Republic in 1960? We don't find out the rest of that question because we've come to the conclusion of this programme of Challenging Times. I don't know what the score is. It's, well, I do know. It's University College Cork, 260 points, St. Patrick's College, Drumcondra, 220 points. Well done, St. Pat. You showed great fighting qualities there. And I actually had no idea at the end of the score at the end of the programme there, because you'd fought back and UCC went way ahead for a while and you had a long silent period. And then you became very talkative indeed and you scored the points. And you did well, but not well enough to get through to the quarterfinals of Challenging Times. So thanks very much. Congratulations on a spirited, splendid performance indeed. UCC, well, you know how well you did. You beat a good team and you've got through to the quarterfinals of Challenging Times. Thank you at home for joining us for this programme of Challenging Times. Next week we'll see National College of Ireland meet the Pontifical University of Maynooth in our next programme of Challenging Times. Till then, goodbye, thank you and good night.